Think about this. The most vital forces in your life, your breath, your heartbeat, your relationships, even gravity, are invisible. So why do we insist on only trusting what we can see, measure, or control? Maybe the unease you feel is a signal calling you back to the unseen. Chapter 14. What you don't see when you look is called the unobtrusive. What you don't hear when you listen is called the rarefied. What you don't get when you grasp is called the subtle. These three cannot be completely fathomed, so they merge into one. Above is not bright, below is not dark. Continuous, unnameable, it returns again to nothing. This is called the stateless state, the image of no thing. This is called mental abstraction. When you face it, you do not see its head. When you follow it, you do not see its back. Hold the ancient way so as to direct present existence. Only when you can know the ancient can this be called the basic cycle of the way. Chapter 14 of the Tao Te Ching reminds us of something our modern world keeps forgetting. What you don't see when you look is called the unobtrusive. What you don't hear when you listen is called the rarefied. What you don't get when you grasp is called the subtle. The Tao, the way, cannot be seen, heard, or held, and yet it is the thread that binds everything together. Today's lesson is about reclaiming that trust. Let's explore how to recognize the invisible rhythms of life and move with them. From the time we're young, we're taught to rely on what's measurable. Grades, likes, bank accounts, before and after photos. We chase visibility because we've been trained to believe what we can't prove isn't real. But the Tao reminds us, above is not bright, below is not dark, continuous, unnameable. It returns again to nothing. The most profound forces in life, love, time, breath, intuition, trust, are not visible. You can't measure silence, you can't weigh presence, but you feel it, you know it. And in the meditative arts, we train that knowing, the invisible teacher. I once had a student, let's call her Maya, who was obsessed with getting it right. Every class, she'd ask, "How's my alignment? Am I breathing correctly? Can you feel my energy yet?" But she never felt anything herself. She was chasing external validation, wanting me to see her progress instead of sensing her own development. One day I asked her to close her eyes and hold a simple standing posture for 10 minutes. No corrections, no mirrors, just be. 5 minutes in, her breath slowed. 8 minutes in, her knees trembled. At 10 minutes, she opened her eyes and said, "I finally felt my body from the inside." That moment of invisible recognition, of trusting sensation over performance, was the real breakthrough. Lao Tzu writes, "What you don't get when you grasp is called the subtle." When we try to grasp for peace, for presence, for understanding, it slips through our fingers. This is why the Tao often speaks in paradox. The more you chase it, the further it runs. The more still you are, the more clearly it emerges. This isn't just spiritual poetry, it's tactical advice. When you stop forcing, the natural rhythm returns. Think about water. It never fights for space, but it always finds a way. It doesn't cling, and yet it connects everything. So the Tao says, hold the ancient way so as to direct present existence. You don't need new techniques, you need to reconnect with what's always been guiding you. What does this actually look like? Let's get practical. The Tao shows itself most clearly when we stop trying to label or manipulate. It's in the way a conversation flows when no one's trying to win. It's in the silence between music notes that makes the melody. It's in the pause between breaths, the unforced rhythm of being alive. Try this exercise right now. Close your eyes. Breathe normally. Don't try to do anything, Torikui. Just sense the space around your breath. The pause before the inhale, the silence behind the sounds around you. That stillness is the Tao, not a concept, not a philosophy, a presence. There's a moment in Tai Chi when you stop moving and the movement starts to carry you. It's subtle, but unmistakable. You feel the wind behind your limbs, even if you're inside a still room. That's the Tao moving through you. It's like becoming the flute, not the player. The Tao is the breath that plays the music through you, and the more you try to control the song, the more out of tune it gets. When you release, the melody plays itself. You may ask how this changes your life. When you start recognizing the invisible, you trust more and control less. You listen without needing to speak. You act without trying to prove. You rest without feeling guilty. The Tao isn't abstract when you live it. It's the intuition that tells you yes when the facts say no. It's the pause before reacting that transforms a fight into connection. It's the ability to stay centered when chaos surrounds you, because your anchor isn't visible, and ironically, and then that makes you unshakable. Here are 2 powerful ways to integrate this lesson into your life. 1, the Tao walk. Once this week, take a 20-minute walk. No phone, no music, no agenda. As you walk, ask yourself, what am I seeing that no one else notices? What am I feeling in the space between things? Let your awareness rest on the empty spaces, the breeze, the pause between sounds, the stillness beneath movement. This builds your sensitivity to the invisible. 2, the subtle decision journal. The subtle decision. Each day, write down one moment where you chose stillness over reaction, trusted intuition over intellect, felt presence without needing proof. These tiny recognitions build your muscle of Taoic awareness. Over time, you'll start navigating life with more flow and less force, trusting the invisible thread. You can't see the wind, but it moves the trees. You can't see love, but it changes the course of lives. You can't see the Tao, but it's what holds everything together. Let go of needing proof. Let go of needing to grasp. Let go of the need to be seen. Because when you move with what can't be seen, you become unstoppable in a way that no one can explain, but everyone can feel. Stay soft, stay present, stay unseen. This is the wisdom of the invisible. This is the way.